I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now for the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee. Texas, one state under God, one indivisible.
Thank you. You may be seated. That is absolutely one of my favorite parts because it reminds us why we sit up here and what we should be about the business of. Our ethics statement, mission, and vision statements will be read by Mr. Shanklin.
Thank you, Mr. Bates. The board has adopted an ethics statement that affirms our commitment to ethical conduct. The statement is, the Board of Trustees is committed to and shall perform its duties ethically and according to our strategic priorities. We will model the highest standards of conduct. We will ensure that no personal value system or personal goal interferes with our duty as public servants. The public interest shall be the principle which guides the board in its deliberations and decisions. Our vision statement is, all Aldine ISD students will receive a dynamic and unparalleled education that guarantees choices and opportunities today and in the future. Our mission statement is, Aldine ISD will provide a rigorous and enriching educational experience that prepares every student for success in college, career, and life. Our board goals are, goal 1, percentage of grade 3 students who score at meets grade level or above on STAR reading shall increase from 30% to 40% by June 2025. Goal 2, the percentage of grade 3 students who score at meets grade level or above on STAR math shall increase from 39% to 49% by June 2025. Our third goal, the percentage of grade 8 students who score at meets grade level or above on STAR math shall increase from 49% to 65% by June 2025. And goal 4, the percentage of graduates who meets the criteria for college, career, and military readiness, also known as CCMR, shall increase from 59% to 69% by August 2025. Thank you, Mr. Bates.
Thank you, Mr. Shanklin. We extend a warm welcome to everyone present and are pleased that you have joined us tonight, as well as those viewers online, as we celebrate the achievements, review information, and make policy decisions related to the effective operation of Aldine School District. I would like to thank everyone for taking out of your time to be with us tonight, as well as those who are watching virtually. Let the minutes reflect the following board members are present, all are present physically. Public hearing on district's first accountability rating, financial integrity rating system of Texas, Mr. Osborne. The meeting of the Aldine Independent Board to discuss the Aldine ISD financial accountability rating is now open. It is now 7:06 p.m. The chair recognizes Mr. Stan Osborne.
Good evening, Mr. Bates, Dr. Goffman, members of the board. In this hearing, we will discuss Aldine's financial accountability rating. This rating is also known as our School First rating. The first stands for Financial Integrity Rating System of Texas and is a part of the TEA's annual accountability ratings. The primary goal of School First system is to ensure that Texas public schools are held accountable for the quality of their financial management practices. Additionally, School First system is designed to encourage Texas public schools to better manage their financial resources to provide the maximum allocation possible for the direct instructional purposes. I have provided each board member a copy of the report for their evaluation. The report includes this presentation, Aldine's ratings for the current year and prior year, as well as the required disclosures for annual publication. The School First Accountability System has indicators. However, only 17 of those are currently evaluated by TEA. The first 4 indicators are critical indicators and must be met to avoid failure. The remaining 13 indicators evaluate financial solvency and financial competency. The School First Accountability System has 4 ratings that can be assigned to Texas school districts. These ratings are superior, which is Aldine, above standard, meets standard, and substandard achievement. Here's how Aldine performed on each of the 20 indicators in the School First Accountability System. Indicators 1 through 5. We met the requirements for each of the 5 critical indicators. I will list out the 5 indicators for you. Was the annual financial report filed within 1 month after the November 27th deadline? Yes. Was there an unmodified opinion in the annual financial report? Unmodified being clean? Yes. Was the school district in compliance with the payment terms of all debt agreements at the fiscal year end? Yes, we pay our bills. Did the school district make timely payments to the teacher retirement system, Texas Workforce Commission, Internal Revenue Service, and other government agencies? Yes. Indicator 5 was not evaluated this year. It pertains to the pension programs. Indicators 6 through 14 evaluate our financial solvency. Financial solvency indicators analyze the average change in fund balance over a 3-year period, which is the amount of cash on hand needed to cover all our operating expenditures, the ratio of current assets to current liabilities, the general fund revenue in comparison to our expenditures, and budgeted revenue to actual revenue averaged for a 3-year period. Look forward to that calculation in the future. The ratio of long-term liabilities to total assets, which means whether we have sufficient funds to cover our debt, and the administrative cost ratio and the student to staff ratio. Aldine met the requirements of each of those indicators. Indicators 15 through 20 evaluate financial competency. Financial competency indicators assess our actual average daily attendance to projected biannual ADA, which is not currently evaluated, but that will be evaluated in the future, to the accuracy of our PEMS reporting, internal controls over financial reporting, compliance with guidelines, required financial postings on the website, and the board member discussion of property values on a timely basis. The requirements for each of these indicators were met. Since the implementation of TEA's School First Accountability System, Aldine has received the highest rating a school district can achieve. As I stated, this year Aldine is a superior A-rated district, and we continue to demonstrate high-quality financial management and reporting. Additional copies of our report are positioned outside on the table for anyone who wishes. And at this time, we would normally offer the audience an opportunity to address the board concerning the district's rating of superior in the School First system. Mr. Bates, this hearing satisfies the requirements set out in section 109.1005 of the Texas Education Code.
Thank you, Mr. Osborne. We will now adjourn the Aldine ISD School First Rating Hearing. It is now 7:11 p.m.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Public hearing for the approval of the 2022-23 Targeted Improvement Plan. Ms. Rodriguez.
Good evening, President Bates, Dr. Goffney, and members of the board. With the board's permission, I would like to begin the public hearing to notify the public of the 2022-2023 targeted improvement plans for identified campuses and to solicit public comment.
At this time, we will reset the board meeting and convene the public hearing. The time is 7:12 p.m. And Ms. Rodriguez, you may continue.
In compliance with state and federal requirements, targeted improvement plans for campuses rated comprehensive support based on federal requirements of Domain 3 and further identified through TEA intervention correspondence must be presented to the board for approval. Based on this guidance, the following campuses are required to submit their targeted improvement plans to the board for approval. Comprehensive in 2022, Hall Success Academy, Lewis Middle School, Meade Middle School, and Teague Middle School. Campuses rated comprehensive support are required to submit an effective schools framework aligned tip that will address areas of low performance identified through the 3 state accountability domains. Targeted elements in these plans will be implemented and monitored throughout the year as campuses engage in the continuous improvement process. The district will provide resources and support as needed for each of these campuses to ensure all plans are fully implemented. Does the board have any questions about the targeted improvement plans submitted for board approval?
Board members, are there any questions? Please proceed.
At this time, I am soliciting comments or questions from the audience about any of the information I have shared. This public hearing satisfies all state and federal requirements. Mr. Bates and members of the board, this concludes the public hearing regarding these plans.
Thank you, Ms. Rodriguez. We'll now adjourn the public hearing to notify the public of the 2022-2023 targeted improvement plans for identified campuses and to solicit public comment. It is now 7:14 p.m. Do we have approval of the minutes of previous meetings? Do we have a motion?
Yes, Mr. President, I move that the minutes of the board workshop on November the 14th and the regular meeting and executive session on November the 15th, 2022 be approved as printed.
Mr. Bates, I second the motion.
Thank you for the motion and a second. We'll begin to vote. Mr. Meade.
Meade, yes.
Garcia, yes.
Esparza, yes.
Booker, yes.
Avalos, yes.
Shanklin, yes.
I also vote yes, that motion passes. We will now hear from Ms. Shalia Reed, Chief of Staff.
Good evening. Good evening, President Bates, Dr. Goffney, and members of the board. The students that you hear the pledge from today are students from Olson Elementary School. And I tell you, they were a little nervous, but they also told us everything that happened to them over the last few months and weeks in just a short time that they were here while they were supposed to be practicing. So we know that one is 10, one is 11, and one is 9. We also know that 2 of them are sisters, and one of them has a brother who is coming home from basic training, and he's been gone how many weeks? 20 weeks. So she's very excited. I'm like you, Mr. Bates. That's one of my favorite parts of the meeting. Also, our presentation of colors were from the students at Hambrick Middle School. As we get ready to enjoy a long winter holiday break, it's important to remember that the season is more about giving than it is receiving, and we are happy to do that, just that. And you'll see what I mean in just a minute. To honor those who are children at heart, last week, in partnership with our community partners, Grandparents Raising Kids, our district co-hosted the annual Nadine Kajawa Senior Citizen Gala to celebrate the seniors, not senior citizens, the seniors this holiday season. It was a time. It was a time to be had. They were all very excited to see our students perform. They also really enjoyed the engagement and the activity with our district staff members and loved the interaction with all of them. I look forward to that event every year because I'm going to walk away with a new jewel, a new story, and a new one-liner that I can pull out my hat because they all have one. So it was great. Whenever you get to be a senior, I hope that you're able to join us for that event. Our family and community outreach department continues to work incredibly hard to empower and engage families. Today has been a full day. Right after one event, I drove over to the MOC and saw that we were sharing our love and joy with families in Aldine. They hosted the Share the Joy event, where thanks to the donations of many gracious community partners, over 300 families will be able to provide their families with winter coats and gifts under the tree. I'd like to introduce Dr. Martha Escalante, who happens to serve as the Executive Director of FACE, to highlight those individuals. Come on up, Martha. Who made contributions and made a huge difference in our district. So today, I know that we have guests from two of our organizations, and I know one of those, both of them are very important, but one of those guests flew all the way from where?
Phoenix.
From Phoenix, Arizona to be with us today. He and his organization have really supported us, but you'll hear a little bit more from Dr. Escalante.
Thank you. And I would like to introduce also Ms. Nancy Gaucher, our wonderful FACE specialist. Good evening, Mr. Bates, President Bates, Dr. Goffney, and members of the board. Just give me 1 second to pull my. It always brings me great pleasure to have the opportunity to recognize the outstanding work of our wonderful community partners. We want to recognize the generosity of two organizations that have helped us, have helped our families this year. And I would like to invite to the podium Mr. Tomas Leon, president of the Equality Health Foundation based in Phoenix, Arizona. And as Shalia mentioned, Mr. Leon traveled from Phoenix to be present tonight. That shows the level of commitment that he has for Aldine. So thank you, Mr. Tomas Leon, for being here. So I'm going to share with you the reason why Mr. Tomas is joining us tonight. So on November 12th, Mr. Tomas and the entire Equality Health Foundation, the team came from Phoenix to distribute 1,000 turkeys to Aldine families. And the event was so impressive that we even made it to the news. We had Fox News, we had Telemundo interviewing Mr. Leon, myself, everybody. So it was, but we had the families happy receiving the turkeys for the Thanksgiving meal. But I don't want to say more because I want Mr. Leon to share with you why he chose Aldine, because we were like, why? I mean, there are so many districts coming from Phoenix. So it means that we have something special here going on. Come on, Mr. Leon.
President Bates, Dr. Goffney, and members of the board and community, it's just an honor and privilege to be here before you today. So when I got the email that they were going to do some recognition, it was I immediately contacted my executive assistant and said, I got to get there in person. This is an in-person event and meeting. Because we were so welcomed by the community, by Dr. Escalante and the Aldine community and staff and parent teachers that came out to lend a hand to pass out 1,000 turkeys until the end. And there was just a tremendous outpouring from the community. And at Equality Health, we believe in a society of healthy communities where every person can achieve their highest potential for health. But we know that there are diverse, under-resourced communities and individuals that have a lot of barriers to achieving health and well-being. And that's our mission, is to remove those barriers and form public-private partnerships and collaboration to lock arms with people in the community and serve individuals and families and seniors that have the greatest need. And we selected Houston as a foundation. We're here. Our private company is here. I want to acknowledge my colleague, PJ Johnson, who is actually a former Aldine student. I didn't know that until last week. We were in Phoenix in our company town hall, and I told her, I'm going to Houston. She says, "You're going to Houston? Why?" And then she said, "Well, I'm a former student." So I invited her to join me here today. I thought that was real special for her to be here with me. But we selected the zip codes and the communities because the pandemic has had a devastating impact on particularly Black and Hispanic communities. And so we wanted to lend a hand and lock arms with the local community and be of service. And I'm thrilled to announce that we're going to be back in 2023. And we're not only just going to distribute turkeys, we're bringing our full festival model. So we're really excited about partnering, continue to partner with you all. And just want to extend my gratitude to you all and the community, Dr. Escalante and the staff, the parent volunteers that came out that lend a hand to serving the community. That's what this time of season is all about. It's about gratitude, giving, love. And I just wish all of you a blessed holiday season with your loved ones. And thank you for the honor and the privilege of being here and receiving this recognition on behalf of all of us at the Equality Health Foundation. Thank you. Thanks.
And we thank you also in the Equality Health Foundation for choosing us, and we appreciate you coming back with more. All right.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
And we have more. We have so many community partners. We also want to recognize wonderful, a lovely group of people who are with us tonight, and they are represented from the Greater Houston Church and the Hope Worldwide North Houston. So here with us tonight, I'm going to invite them to join the podium as well. We have ministry leaders, Derek and Misha Wooden, if you can join us. We also have Miss Kathleen Alexander. We have Jill Charney. Is Sarah Prather here?
Yeah, she's right there.
And we have Stacia, what's her last name? Clemens, Stacia Clemens. But we also have joining us tonight, Jill's mother-in-law, Judy. She's taking the video, but Judy was helping this morning as well. So what they have done for Aldine families is just amazing because they're not only providing resources, but with that, they're helping our students to achieve academically. So what happened with the Greater Houston Church, we started a conversation a few weeks ago, and we talked about the Share the Joy event, which last year we did toys, and this year wanted to do a distribution of meals for the family. So they will have meals for the holidays. And they were listening to us. And then like 2 weeks later, or maybe a week later, they called us and they said, how many do you need? And we talk about 170 families because we asked every campus in Aldine to submit the names of 2 families. And then they said, don't worry, we'll take care of all of them. So we didn't need to ask anybody else. They said they will take care of 170 families. Well, last Sunday, the FACE team was at the Greater Houston Church. We were supposed to be helping, packing, and well, we didn't have to help because they had an army of volunteers taking care of all that. We were enjoying the service, singing and dancing and all that. And then they announced, well, we have great news. They collected 300 meals for our families. And I was sharing with Ms. Reed, I said, I've been at church before and just seeing the people carrying the cans of goods, the food, but this time it was for our families. I've been at my church, but this time it was like, they got all that for our Aldine families. So what they're doing is amazing, and we're very thankful for that. And we know that, so we had the Share the Joy event this morning. They were there again. Not just them, it was like 20 people from the Greater Houston Church helping putting the meals in the hands of the students. So thank you very much for that. And we have no words to express. This is a blessing to have you as our new community partner. So thank you. Yes. We have if anybody of you would
I
like
can
to
say
say a few
something.
words.
My name is Derek Wooten. I help lead the North Campus for our church. And I just want, and I apologize, my daughter called. I had it on Do Not Disturb, but somehow it still comes through. But I just want to thank you all for all that you do. My wife and I were school teachers for years, and it takes a community to help raise our kids. And I know the countless hours of work, of thinking that you all do. We've totally enjoyed spending time and working with the FACE team. They've been excellent in everything they do. It's been such a joy to partner with them. And so we just want to thank you guys for the opportunity to serve you. We are here to serve you. We're here to hold up your arms in whatever ways or small ways that we can as you try and benefit the community as best as possible. So we just thank you guys. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And again, thanks for the opportunity to serve you all.
Thanks.
And we thank each and every one of you, and we wish happy holidays to you and your families.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Escalante, and the entire FACE team, of course, to our community partners. These are just two, but as she said, we have many community partners. And it seems like every day we're getting a new call where people want to be connected to the work that we're doing, and they want to support our families. And more than just giving, they want to see them succeed, and they want our students to excel. So thank you for answering the call, and thank you for calling. During each regular board meeting, department leaders have an opportunity to recognize employees who epitomize what it means to be an Aldine ISD leader, connecting with each other, inspiring themselves and others, and impacting student success. Tonight, our Chief Operations Officer, Fred Washington, will recognize their Operations Employee of the Quarter.
President Bates, Dr. Goffney and board, thank you for the opportunity to come before you tonight. Listening to that last thing, there's something going on in Aldine that people just want to be a part of. I'm a little taken because I've read the note that I shared with the superintendent on just how the members of the team feel, with what's going on. And so tonight I'm going to recognize a couple of people. We changed to an employee of the quarter where the leaders, the executive directors that are part of operations bring forward the best performing people who are leaning in on the Aldine mission. And so there's a total of 6 of them that were recommended. And then from that 6, the team and the employees select who best represents them at that time. So I'm going to recognize, here they go, they moved them, and ask the members of the Aldine operations leadership team, if you can come on and come forward. I've seen a couple of them, Susan, I saw Juan, Patrick, Herman, and Tramel is with us. And so I'm going to call the other people forward just to be recognized. And then I will just read a little bit of what was submitted on the employee of the quarter. But Michelle Hernandez. Michelle Hernandez. Alfonso Gonzalez. He couldn't make it. Tony Bryant. Gina's out. Okay. Gina Benford is out ill today, and Jose Ramirez is on the job. But I want to read the statement that was written for this employee was the one that was selected. But I just want to read just a little bit of it because it was extensive. But I'm going to skip the name because I'm going to say it at the end. But name goes here, is a fantastic worker who seemingly does not run out of energy and delivers great customer service to the students and staff at Vardaman Elementary. This person makes the kids so happy. She took the initiative to purchase panda stickers, which is their mascot, and provided it to each kid on their birthday. She is a very reliable and has perfect attendance. She's working on her personal education now with the goal of becoming a leader. And then one day, a manager. Miss Ileana Gonzalez, please join us. I wish that I could let each of you read the message that she wrote. It was very passionate. So, Ms. Gonzalez, we want to thank you on behalf of the Aldine operations team for representing us and making us proud to be your coworkers.
Thank you very much.
Take one of her by herself. Okay. Okay. Feel sorry.
All right, thank you, Fred. Stacy Smith, Director of Special Programs, will present grants received this month.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, members of the board. President Bates, Dr. Goffney, Administrative Leadership, and ladies and gentlemen here and in our virtual audience. Will Dr. Efren Uribe of the Guidance and Counseling and Student Support Department please come forward? And Diaca Melendez, Assistant Superintendent of Student Support, would you please join us? So students experiencing homelessness have needs in addition to getting an education. The Texas Education Agency has awarded 3 grants to provide additional support and services for those students to achieve success. The Techie Grant Award is for $53,500 $500. And the American Relief Program Supplemental Grant is $103,850. $103,850. Excuse me, pardon me. It's a good thing we've got Christmas break coming soon. And then the American Relief Program grant is $655,035. And the grand total for 3 grants and for this evening is $812,475.
Well, thank you.
Come on up to the front and we get a picture. Thank you.
Thank you, Stacy. Mr. Bates, until next year, to all of you, on behalf of Aldine ISD, we wish you a very joyful and happy holiday season. That completes my report.
Thank you very much. We'll now move to the consent agenda items and items for board action tonight. The board has had the board agenda items in their possession for study and discussed them at length in the study session last night. We appreciate feedback from our community, and as such, we'll hear from citizens regarding any agenda item to be voted on by the board at this time. Ms. LaEra, did we receive any online written comments or forms from members of the public who are present?
No, sir, we did not.
Thank you. Do I hear a motion regarding the consent agenda items?
Yes, President Bates. I move that items C1 and C2, G1, 2, G3, H1 and H2, and M1 to M3 on the consent agenda be approved as presented.
Mr. President, I second that motion.
Thank you for the motion and a second. We'll begin to vote with Mr. Shanklin.
Shanklin, yes.
Avalos, yes.
Booker, yes.
Esparza, yes.
Garcia, yes.
Mead, yes.
I also vote yes, that motion passes. Do I hear a motion regarding the executive session items?
Yes, Mr. Bates, I move that the board render a finding that good cause did not exist for Allison Johnson, term contract teacher at Eisenhower High School, to resign without consent under section 21.210C of the Texas Education Code, and authorize the superintendent to submit a written complaint for sanctions to State Board of Education certification as discussed in executive session.
Mr. President, I second that motion.
I thank you for the motion and a second. We'll begin to vote with Mr. Mead.
Mead, yes.
Garcia, yes.
Esparza, yes.
Booker, yes.
Avalos, yes.
Shanklin, yes.
I also vote yes, that motion passes. Do we have another motion?
Motion for item N3C. I move that the board render a finding that good cause did not exist for Natasha Malcolm, probationary contract teacher at Francis Elementary School, to resign without consent under section 21.105C of the Texas Education Code, and authorize the superintendent to submit a written complaint for sanction to State Board of Education certification as discussed in executive session.
Is there a second?
Shanklin seconds.
Thank you for the motion and a second. We'll begin to vote with Mr. Shanklin.
Shanklin, yes.
Avalos, yes.
Booker, yes.
Esparza, yes.
Garcia, yes.
Mead, yes.
I also vote yes, that motion passes. Dr. Goffman, do you have any new staff recognitions for this month?
Yes, Mr. President, Board of Trustees, we have several new staff assignments and promotions to celebrate tonight. We're going to begin with Ms. Shanice Gary. She's being promoted from instructional specialist at Aldine Middle School to assistant principal at Hill Elementary. Ms. Gary looks forward to supporting the campus and fulfilling the district's vision to provide students with a dynamic and unparalleled education that guarantees choices today and in the future. Ms. White, the principal at Hill Elementary, is elated to welcome Ms. Gary to the team. She possesses the experience, dedication, and curriculum knowledge to positively impact the sociological growth and academic achievement of Hill scholars. She was selected due to her years of experience in Aldine ISD as a successful teacher and a dynamic instructional specialist. We look forward to her joining our team as she begins her administrative journey. Please join me in celebrating the promotion of Ms. Shanice Gary, assistant principal at Hill Elementary.
Thank you. Thank you. For me, this is a dream come true. Soon after this board meeting, I will be living out a dream. And I cannot thank God, Dr. Goffney, the Board of Trustees, my new principal, Ms. White, and our area superintendent, Dr. Cantu, for this opportunity. My excitement for this position comes from knowing that there is work to be done. And not just any work, but work that is grounded in purpose. I am excited to join another team that shares my passion for seeing students that reside in the same community that I grew up in grow academically and fulfill their full potential. I am also extremely excited to continue being a servant leader as an assistant principal. And I am thankful for all of the individuals that poured into my life. God has been really good to me. He has blessed me with a village of people that have always believed in me. A part of my village is here today, and I would like to ask them to stand because this is our moment. And with that, I would love it if you all would join me in the front to take a picture so we can capture it. Thank you. Oh. Wow. Full circle moment. Congratulations, Mrs. Gary. Next, we're going to celebrate Miss Kristen Frey. She's coming to us as an associate principal at Discovery Middle School at Nehemiah in the Southwest School Systems to curriculum assistant principal at Drew Academy. Miss Ray is very eager to bring her many experiences to Aldine ISD and assist in improving student achievement at Drew Academy. Mr. DeWalt, the principal at Drew Academy, selected Miss Ray because of her passion and dedication to championing for all students. Her experience and background show a proven track record creating structures that support student learning. Dr. Charles R. Drew's motto is every Badger, every day, college and career ready. We believe she can help guide our campus to realize this belief. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Ray to Drew Academy as the curriculum assistant principal. Thank you.
All righty, I'm so excited for the lady before me as well, because I know how it was when I got my first job. I was so excited. But this is my 16th year in education and 6th year as an administrator. And I have been all over the world, high school, elementary, middle, just been everywhere. And I'm just happy to be here. And I have known so many people that work in there like, Ms. Ray, you're going to the best place in the world. You are never, ever going to leave. So I really appreciate this opportunity. Dr. Goffney, the Board of Trustees, Mr. DeWalt, Ms. Amerson. I'm just happy to be here in general. And everything that Mr. DeWalt is supporting, everything
it was like a mirror looking at each other. And we're both like, y'all hear me getting emotional because I love my kids and I love working in needy areas that I know I can give back. And the kids are expected and they are supported, you know, all the way through. So I'm just excited to start ASAP, get things going to help with achievement, culture, climate. That's me, dress up days. I'm like, why is Ms. Ray always doing? That's just me. I'm a smiling always, all day, every day. So I just want to thank everyone for this opportunity and having me here. Yes, I almost forgot. And my support team is always my ride or dies. Please come on up so we can have a picture.
Congratulations and welcome, Mrs. Ray. Next, please join me in celebrating Mr. Jeremy Johnson. He is being promoted from U.S. history teacher at MacArthur High School to assistant principal at MacArthur High School. Mr. Johnson, Mac pride never dies. It's in here. Mr. Johnson looks forward to working with the instructional leadership team at MacArthur Senior High School and providing support to improve student achievement. Mrs. Showers, the principal at MacArthur Senior High School, she selected him because she says that Mr. Johnson's commitment to the success of our students can be seen in his classroom. His instructional mindset will help MacArthur Senior High School improve student achievement. I look forward to working with Mr. Johnson and learning with him as we work to analyze and meet the individual needs of our students and close the gaps. Welcome, Mr. Johnson. Once a general, always a general. Mac pride never dies.
Good evening, everybody. I'd like to thank Dr. Goffney, the Board of Trustees, Ms. Shauna Showers, and Dr. Rodriguez for the opportunity to serve the Aldine community. I look forward to working with the instructional leadership team at MacArthur High School and helping students succeed. My family is also here, and along with the good Lord above, they are the driving force behind my success thus far. I love you guys. Thank you.
Awesome. I have a feeling that it's too cute. Congratulations, Mr. Johnson. The next promotion we'll celebrate is Dr. April Moody from Health Science Technology Instructor at Davis High School to Program Director of Career and Technical Education. Dr. Moody is honored to have the opportunity to step in this new role as a Career and Technical Education Program Director. Her goal is to provide vision and input for the Aldine ISD CTE programs, especially in the area of health science, where she plans to innovatively move the program forward while supporting students and teachers. Ms. Martin, our Executive Director of Career and Technical Education, stated that Dr. Moody is an asset to the CTE department. As a former health instructor, her past experiences will be beneficial as she will oversee the health science program in the district. As an educational leader, Dr. Moody has excelled in building successful programs. We look forward to Dr. Moody's innovative practices to further excel CTE programs at Aldine ISD. Congratulations, Dr. Moody.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for that. Thank you, Dr. Goffney, Mr. Bates, the Board of Trustees, Ms. Martin, and Dr. Rodriguez for this opportunity. I'm honored to be part of such a great school district and team. I've been in the district nearly 7 years now, and I just look forward to my new role in serving our students outside of the classroom, just like I have inside of the classroom. So I appreciate the opportunity to work in this district. I'd like to thank my children, my little ones. There's Addison and Aiden, they're 6 and 3, so they couldn't be here tonight because it's their bedtime. I didn't want them to miss that, but they're my motivation and driving force for everything that I do. My mom and family, relatives, all the way from Fort Worth, Texas, they also couldn't be here tonight, but they send their support, love, and excitement for me. My family that is here, which is my Houston Aldine family and friends who are here tonight to support me. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. I was crying, boo-hooing to them last night about I don't have family to come tomorrow. And they all said, stop crying. We'll come support you. So I appreciate you all doing that. I also want to thank a big thanks to Ms. Brooke Martin, Dr. Rodriguez for taking a chance with me, an opportunity to be able to join the CTE team. And I plan to do the best job that I can as I've been doing here in Aldine. So thank you so much.
Awesome. Congratulations, Dr. Moody. Next, we'd like to celebrate the promotion of Mrs. Jadara Hawkins from lead Aldine ISD District Literacy Coach to Program Director of Elementary Language Arts. Ms. Hawkins plans to support Aldine ISD in continuing to make intentional decisions around curriculum and teacher development that impact student achievement. She is committed to providing all students with rich and engaging learning experiences. Mrs. Van Walsenhove, our Executive Director of Literacy and Humanities, stated that Ms. Hawkins is a very valuable addition to the Teaching and Learning Department. Her strong professional development and curriculum background, ability to develop and execute plans that address areas of opportunity, her authentic passion for the work and the Aldine community make her the perfect person for the job. Ms. Hawkins is a charismatic leader who truly understands teacher and leadership development. Congratulations on your promotion, Mrs. Hawkins.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. First, I want to give thanks to my creator for putting the passion of teaching in me. This was not my first career, but it is my calling. I want to thank Dr. Goffney for her leadership, the Board of Trustees, my supervisor, Ms. Van Wassenhove, my current SAS, Dr. Cantu, and my former SAS, Dr. Wynn, who gave me the name Stay Ready Hawkins. I'm always ready. As I embark on this new journey in my career, I am excited to work alongside others to change lives, open doors, and give hope to students. I am committed to ensuring that our curriculum meets educational standards, and I will continue to stay true to our literacy vision as I build capacity in others. I know for a fact that I would not be here without my support system, so I give a shout out to my husband of 17 years, Derek, my 3 beautiful boys, Derek, and Eric. They made sure I said the name. My brother Keith, and my sisters, Keisha and Aisha, who's watching online. And I want to thank all my colleagues that showed up. I see you, girl. And a special thanks to my principal, the only principal I've had in this district, Cheryl Fontenot. She's not here, but she always told me to make decisions with kids first. And I carry that with everything I do. So thank you. And if you're here to support me, please join me for this picture that I will remember forever.
Congratulations, Mrs. Hawkins. Next, please join me in welcoming to Aldine and celebrating Mr. Firmino Mariano from Budget Accounted For in the Cy-Fair School District to Director of Budget in Aldine ISD. Mr. Mariano is excited to join the finance team and use his talents to serve the district and the community with an emphasis on the students we educate. The Business and Finance Department is pleased to welcome Mr. Mariani to the team He brings excellent school budgeting experience and has worked as a part of a budget team. In addition, he is highly proficient in the new forecasting and analytics tools that Aldine has acquired. Firmino is energetic and passionate about helping the team transition to its new system and improving budgeting processes. He brings great ideas about ways that we can better communicate with our stakeholders to increase transparency in the areas of budgeting and spending. The team is looking forward to collaborating and improvement that will come as the work of our new budget director of budget. Congratulations and welcome to Aldine, Mr. Firmino Mariano.
Good evening, President Bates, Dr. Gaffney, and the member of the board. First, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity for me to be standing here in front of you. It's such a great honor for me to be joining the Aldine family and to work alongside you to serve our community in the district. Second, I'd like to thank Stan and Lexi for giving me this opportunity and allowing me to join their finance team in the capacity of budget director. And I'm looking forward to seeing all the things we can accomplish together to benefit our students. And last but not least, I'd like to thank my beautiful wife, who always supports me in every decision that I make, as well as my parents who couldn't make it today, but they're my rock. They always support me in everything that I do. And also my mother-in-law and my brother-in-law who are here with us. Thank you. And I'm really looking forward to this position. Thank you.
Awesome, welcome, Mr. Mariano. Next, please join me in celebrating the promotion of Mr. Adrian Torres from Assistant Principal at Stellick Elementary to Director of Student Services. Mr. Torres looks forward to making connections with the Student Services Department and utilizing his skills to continue to support Aldine's mission of making an impact on student academic achievement. Mr. Savant, our Executive Director of Student Services, stated that Mr. Torres displays the integrity, demeanor, and commitment to excellence that is important to the Student Services Department. As a campus behavior coordinator, he has proven to be a collective leader, a collaborative leader. Mr. Torres's longevity in Aldine exemplifies his commitment to the work and to this district. His leadership style and experience will be a great asset to the new team. Congratulations, Mr. Adrian Torres.
Thank you, Dr. Goffney, Board of Trustees, Don Ayers, and Brian Savant for this opportunity. I'm very excited for this opportunity because if you can ask anybody that I've worked around, and I apologize for my voice, I'm trying to get it back, but they can say if there's any opportunity that I'm looking for, anything that you can say that I desire, it would be working in student services. And as soon as that opportunity came about, I jumped on it. God said, that's for you, go for it. And I did, and I did the best I could. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna share this just brief moment with Mr. Savant. When I went in, I saw more people than what I anticipated. And I said, okay, just go for it. It'll be okay. And once I got out, I said, okay, we'll see what happens. But I'm so thankful for this opportunity. I'm looking forward to it, and I can't wait to join you next month. I want to thank God for this incredible opportunity because it's been a long journey, and I'm sorry that I'm emotional. It's just everybody around me knows what I've kind of gone through the last few years. It was just a blessing in disguise that just, it was time. I want to thank my wife and my daughter just for always being there by my side. I want to thank my family, my friends, my coworkers, everyone that has supported me. I truly appreciate it, and I couldn't be here today without you. So thank you, everybody. And everybody that has worked with me, lives with me, supports me, please come on up.
Boy, they got a crowd on.
Congratulations, Mr. Torres. Next, we'd like to celebrate the promotion of Ms. Andrea Solis from Program Coordinator of Office of Transformation to the Director of Digital Learning. Ms. Solis is excited to take this position in educating students through the use of technology. It has been her passion for some time. Ms. Solis is confident she can take the district to new heights, as she believes every student will benefit from what the digital learning tools have to offer. Mr. Galvan, our Chief Information Officer, expressed that Ms. Solis is the proper selection for the Director of Digital Learning because she works tirelessly to provide digital choices and opportunities for our stakeholders. In addition, Ms. Solis has previous experience as a digital learning specialist, which enhances her ability to provide real-time data needed to measure the impact of digital learning specialist role. These accomplishments led us to select her for the position. Congratulations, Ms. Solis.
Good evening, President Baines, Dr. Goffney, members of the board. My journey in Aldine didn't start when I accepted my first teaching assignment in this district 8 years ago, nor did it start with me as a first grader at Carroll Academy. My story with Aldine starts with my mom, my tia and my tío, all graduates of MacArthur High School, go figure it, and it continues tonight. My family is a testament to the cross-generational impact that Aldine has on our kids and our community. And I am elated to be able to share all that I have been given with this new generation as the Director of Digital Learning. Digital learning is my second love. Teaching will always be my first, but ever since I bought my first iPad and figured out how to cast it at Promethean board, I knew I'd love doing this till Kingdom Come. I spent my time in the classroom researching all different kinds of educational technology and digital tools that could personalize the learning experience for my students. I felt like Batman. Neither one of us really has any superpowers. We're just ordinary people with the right resources on a mission to eliminate the injustices closest to us. I am a reflection of the people who have poured into me, so I would like to take this time to thank the following. Dr. Goffney, the small interactions we have had were anything but small, as they were crucial to my decisions to pursue what I love to do. The Board of Trustees, Executive Director, Mr. Eric Levels, an incredible educator, mentor, and hype man. Thanks for always believing in me. Chief Galvan, Dr. Bustillos, and Dr. Williams, my mentors, Hepworth, Mr. Hepworth, Logan, Walker, Klein, and Kaplan, the digital learning specialists who work tirelessly to put a smile on a teacher's face, and to my friends and family, those in the audience and watching online, my mom, H, my tias, Suela, and Bibi, when mistakes and circumstances cloud my vision. Thank you for reminding me of who I am, whose I am, and who I am meant to be. Thank you for always praying over me and for me. May the Lord guide me to give me grace to serve this district well. I'm happy to be Aldine connected.
Okay, we have two finalists to celebrate, and I did not know this, but Dr. Marcella Strahan, she's being promoted from Director of Social and Emotional Learning and Student Support to Executive Director of Social and Emotional Learning and School Culture. Dr. Strahan believes that SEL is a game changer and impacts a wide range of outcomes, including academic performance, managing emotions, establishing and maintaining healthy relationships, She's looking forward to collaborating with others to ensure that all students across the district feel safe, engaged, and prepared to learn. Mrs. Melendez, our Assistant Superintendent of Student Support Services, said that Dr. Strahan is the perfect piece of the puzzle to ensure that SEL is implemented to its fullest potential. She is an advocate for the emotional well-being of Aldine students and staff, an Aldine native, resident, and graduate. This is her community, and when she speaks, it comes from a place of sincere desire to ensure our community is taken care of. She's not afraid to roll up her sleeves, and our team truly believes in her leadership. Please join me in congratulating the promotion of Dr. Marcella Strahan.
I have a feeling that I won't live that down. So only Dr. Goffney can call me Marcella. Let's get that clear. Before I start, I wouldn't be myself if I didn't do some type of check-in. So turn to your neighbor and tell your neighbor, we're almost there. Hang on, it's almost here. Good evening, Dr. Goffney, our distinguished members of the board, Dr. Rhodey and Mrs. Melendez. Thank you for believing in me and giving me this opportunity to serve our students, staff, and stakeholders in this capacity. The Social and Emotional Learning and Culture Department in our district consists of some incredibly talented mental health professionals, educators, and advocates who are passionate about providing support and interventions that enhance student and adult well-being. I look forward to working with each of them as we collaborate with district leaders, departments, and community partners to strengthen the development of relationships, increase sense of belonging, and impact student achievement throughout the district. When I was rehearsing my speech with my mom, she asked whether or not I'd do a little roll call. My connection with Aldine and some of its most inspiring leaders spans nearly 50 years. I'm not there yet, next year, 50 years. So there's no way I could pay any of them the honor or the appreciation that they're truly due. So I'll simply say this. Well, actually, maybe I could say all those things that I want to say, but Robin would get me. So I will keep it short and sweet. You each know who you are, and I assure you that there are very few moves or decisions that I make without considering the valuable lessons I've experienced under your leadership and guidance. And for that, I say thank you. In addition to my Aldine family and village, who I'm sure will join with this photo opportunity, I'd like to introduce you to a few of the people who keep me grounded in the work I love to do the most. Streaming tonight from the hospital with his mother is my biggest cheerleader and favorite coach, my husband and proud Aldine High School graduate, Steve. Present in the room, and you all know her, is my mom. She is my she is my best student. Since I began my journey with the SEL team, she's been in the front row practicing mindfulness and self-care, and even reminds me to breathe. Also joining me are just a few of the members of my little group called Deltas that do sisterhood things together from the North Harris County Alumni Chapter and beyond. And that's it. I mean, that's everybody. I'm ready to get to work. I know my team is watching. They've been sending me messages. Dr. Rodriguez, I did get your email. We'll provide support to you. So let's take the picture, y'all.
Oh.
I did not wear red because I'm a proud audience.
Who hired you first? Who hired her first? Yes. I assume she graduated from my father. Yeah, I thought she graduated from my father. I hired her. Dr. Strahan, I assumed you graduated from MacArthur, but that was your first job. Oh, no. Congratulations to Dr. Strahan, and we are super excited to be our last announcement of promotion tonight, and it will be none other than Patricia Rodriguez from School Assistant Superintendent of ACE Primary Schools to Assistant Superintendent of Teaching and Learning. Ms. Rodriguez. Ms. Rodriguez is excited to begin her new journey with the Teaching and Learning Department and continue supporting the students and community of Aldine. Ms. Rodriguez is excited to bring her experience in school leadership and curriculum instruction to support the continued great work in teaching and learning. Dr. Davis, our Chief Academic Officer, is pleased to welcome Ms. Rodriguez to the Teaching and Learning Department. She has a tremendous passion for teaching and learning and dedication to Aldine ISD. We're blessed to have Ms. Rodriguez's experience, expertise, leadership, and energy on the TNL team. Congratulations, Ms. Patricia Rodriguez.
Thank you. Good evening, Dr. Goffney, members of the board. Thank you for this continued opportunity to serve in Aldine, which is where I call home now. I am so excited to embark on this new journey in teaching and learning and really contribute and lead and support our vision of ensuring that all of our students have a rich and rigorous learning experience each and every day. I know that I am here and because of many people that have really continuously poured into me and believed in me. Dr. Rhodey, thank you so much for all of your guidance and support. It's really emotional leaving the school's office. My assistant school superintendents have been more than just colleagues, but really family, and have supported me and really taught me a lot in our short time together. But I am super happy that we're going to continue our collaboration and we're going to work together just in a different capacity. Dr. Davis, thank you so much for believing in me and just giving me this opportunity. And I promise you, I'm going to shine and give it my best. I also want to thank my husband and my best friend who is always pouring into me. I tell him I'm scared and he says, do it anyway. I don't know. I'm not sure about this. We'll figure it out. We'll do it together. And so I just want to say, thank you to all of the connections that I've made here in Aldine. I'm so excited. I'm beyond excited to start this new journey. I'd like to invite both our school's office and my new team in teaching and learning and Dr. Villarreal to join me. And let's do this. Let's start this.
Congratulations, Ms. Rodriguez. Mr. President, Board of Trustees, that concludes our announcements for tonight.
Thank you, Dr. Goffney, and congratulations again for all those who are beginning another journey. It is now time for the board to elect the president, vice president, secretary, and assistant secretary to serve as officers for next year. The board nominating committee met and will be presenting a slate of officers for approval by the full board at this time. Nominations from the committee are based on board member skills and availability for the position for the upcoming year. I would like to call on Ms. Rose Avalos, committee chair, to share the report of the trustees nominations committee and the board officers for 2023.
Mr. Bates and board members, the nominating committee members were Dr. Kimberly Booker, Mr. Steve Mead, and myself. The committee recommends the following nominations for your approval. President, Mr. Randy Bates, Vice President, Dr. Kimberly Booker, Secretary, Mr. Steve Mead, Assistant Secretary, myself, Rose Avalos.
Thank you, Ms. Avalos. The committee has recommended a slate of officers. Are there any further nominations? And we begin the vote with Mr. Mead.
Mr. Bates, I'd like to make a motion to the committee on the slate of nominations.
Yes, sir.
I move that the slate be elected as our Board of Trustees officers for the new year.
Is there a second?
Mead second.
Okay, thank you for the motion and a second. We'll begin to vote with Mr. Steve Mead.
Mead, yes.
Garcia, yes.
Esparza, yes.
Booker, yes.
Avalos, yes.
Franklin, yes.
And I also vote yes, the motion passes. I want to thank the nominating committee for the time and work you spent in determining these recommended slate. Congratulations to the new officers. This is the portion of the board meeting when the board receives input from members of the public. Ms. Loera, did we receive any online written comments?
No online, sir.
Thank you. Did we receive any forms from members of the public who are present? I have two. Do we have any others than the two that I have? Okay, thank you. For each person present in the boardroom who wishes to address the board, you will have 3 minutes to speak. There's a timer at the podium and on the wall that will indicate when your 3 minutes are up. When necessary for effective meeting management or to accommodate large numbers of individuals wishing to address the board, the presiding officer may make adjustments to public comment procedures, including adjusting the time allotted to each speaker. Because of topic posted requirements of the Open Meetings Act, board members are not permitted to answer any questions posed to the board by a patron, and no action can be taken on any issue presented at this time. If you wish to ask questions of the board, you may submit them in writing, address to the superintendent's office, and the board may consider them at a subsequent meeting. If you are an employee or employee's representative, please be advised that the grievance policy deadlines are not waived. If you have documents to pass out to the board, please identify those documents. Finally, please be aware that the rules of decorum will be enforced during the public comment period. Please refrain from making comments directed at specific individual employees or students by names to avoid any potential breach of confidentiality. If you have complaints regarding specific individuals, please provide those in writing addressed to the superintendent for her attention. Each participant is legally responsible for the content and consequences of their own statements. We have a David Contreras. Did I pronounce that correctly? Please come forward, sir. Drop something.
Dr. Goffney, President Bates, Board of Trustees, good evening. My name is Dave Contreras, and I am the husband of Amelia Contreras over here. She is a 40-year volunteer of Aldine Independent School District and a 17-year employee of Eisenhower High School. We are very proud parents of 3 children who graduated from Eisenhower High School, one from Columbia University, and he's a national reporter. Another got her MBA from St. Thomas University, and she is an executive at a nonprofit, and my youngest daughter from Rice University, and she was the past Houston Poet Laureate. On March 7th of this year, Ms. Contreras was accused of forging 504 documents and placed on an administrative leave pending an investigation. 5 months later, on August 23rd, Ms. Contreras was terminated for failing to secure original signatures on 504 documents for which she was assigned to do, even though an expert handwriting analysis and report cleared Ms. Contreras of charges because its findings were inconclusive. We advised Aldine ISD leadership. We felt the charges, investigation, and termination was based on retaliation for whistleblowing, for one, allowing a staff member to work remotely from California for 1 year, 2, the destruction of important student documents, and 3, babysitting for his senior staff members' children during COVID. We also filed allegations against the senior staff member, and an investigation ensued. Ms. Contreras retired in lieu of termination on August 24th. A few weeks later, Aldine ISD leadership agreed to alter the records to not indicate termination, 2, to grant Ms. Contreras her sick pay that she had earned, and 3, to grant a retirement party for Ms. Contreras. 3 of the Aldine staff members involved in Ms. Contreras's whistleblowing complaints are no longer with ISD. The staff member who assigned the 504 signature project to Ms. Contreras resigned in July, and the lead staff member who filed the original forgery charges against Ms. Contreras received a promotion. Ms. Contreras's character, her reputation has been defamed, and she has been deprived of income due to forced retirement. She had planned to work another 3 years before retiring. Although Ms. Contreras is eligible for reemployment at Aldine, she would have to reapply for an opportunity with no preferential treatment and no guarantee that the location would be similar to the 1/2 mile door-to-door distance of Eisenhower to our house. Before taking this story to the media and seeking a legal remedy, we are requesting that the Aldine senior leadership and the board review the facts and determine what can be done from a financial perspective to compensate Ms. Contreras for the emotional, physical, and mental harm that has caused her, the reputational harm, and the fiscal damages she has incurred because of these egregious management actions. A more detailed synopsis of this complaint and request will be submitted to the board for their review and consideration. In closing, and on a positive note, we had a beautiful, beautiful retirement party for Ms. Contreras. It was absolutely incredible. Thanks to Mr. Villarreal. And also, I've got to say that my wife loved her job. She absolutely loved her job. She loved working with students. She loved interpreting. She loved giving out scholarships, which we have given out about 25 in the past 15 years. And she loved going to proms, and especially, she loved going to graduations. Thank you for the time.
Ms. Houston.
Well, good evening, President Baines, Dr. Goffney, distinguished Board of Trustees. As you know, my name is Candace Houston. I am the proud president of Aldine American Federation of Teachers, where I represent over 1,200 of Aldine employees, including teachers, bus drivers, custodians. And I'm coming before you tonight on some good and some improvement. So I'm gonna start with the good. First of all, I would like to congratulate Dr. Goffney on her 2022 Superintendent of the Year by K-12 Dive. Thank you for your leadership and putting Aldine on the map. That is much needed and much appreciated. The other good I would like to state is according to the retention bonus that you all awarded the employees. I am coming before you to ask if you can split that payment. I know in the past, you guys have done that. Last year, you guys decided to just do it in one lump sum payment in the spring. I'm asking you to dig deep in your heart and see if you can split that payment and give it to the employees before the Christmas holiday, because it'll be a nice morale booster before the break. I know you're laughing at me, President Bates, but it's a nice ask. I will state this. I appreciate this district providing choices for our students and families. You know, all the schools and choices that have been implemented have been great. And thank you to Dr. Goffney and your leaders for bringing that to the district. I also appreciate how this district has provided additional support for staff. I'm loving seeing the posts of the Latinx leaders of the district. Kudos. I believe that's the president. Awesome. I saw your Twitter post. Can too. There we go. I love how we're bringing other choices, and especially the SHINE program. So kudos to, is Dr. Todd Davis here? Kudos to the SHINE department, because it was much needed to provide additional support for our new teachers in this profession in this district. So thank you for that. And lastly, I don't know why my phone is not opening for me. I do want the district to look at the protocol of, I don't think it's right that employees have to work 7 days in order to get a paycheck. Right now, if an employee does not work 7 days in a pay period, their paycheck is held. which means they will not get paid until the next pay period, which means that's a month without a paycheck. That is not a policy. That is the protocol that this district does. And I would ask that the board and leaders review that protocol because it is truly impacting our employees because they deserve to get paid for the time that they have done, whether it's 1 day or 2 days. And lastly, that was it. One last thing. And I've already spoke with Dr. V about this, but we must improve our communication when employees go out on leave between benefits, payroll, and the employee, because it is not being done well. It needs to improve because many employees do not understand that this district does not have any paid leave. When you got out on leave, you must use your local or sick days. With that, thank you. Happy holidays.
Thank you, those that spoke. I guess I was in the Christmas spirit by allowing everybody to go over the 3 minutes. And we certainly wish everyone a happy holidays. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Been moved by Mr. Mead, second. Second by Mrs. Spaza. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. It is now 8:27.